Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a house tour. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of a backstory of our home. I have lived here since 2010. This was our very first home that we bought together, and in that time we have basically DIY'd throughout the whole house. Pergolas, we've built flower beds, we've DIY'd flooring, done media walls, we built an office in our garden. You name it, we have done it at this point. I can't think if there's anything we haven't done. What haven't we done? We haven't done a outdoor kitchen actually, which is something that I would quite like to do, like a barbecue area. This is going to be a very realistic house tour. I've cleared up as much as I can, but this is how it looks real life. There's washing hanging up and there's bits and bobs around. I don't want anyone to come over here or over on my Instagram and how she got it all together, why is our house so organised, and your home might not be. My home is not organised. Every cupboard you open, things just fall out. A completely normal family home. I try and keep it as tidy as I can. So I'm going to show you around and hopefully help give you some inspiration if you're looking to do something different with your house. Let's go. So starting off with our kitchen. So this was part of the house that was extended. So we extended 3 metres out to the back and almost 3 metres out to the side as well, which gained us double the size of a kitchen, a dining room and a playroom as well. Extended in 2020, so 5 years ago now, and then it enabled us to really open up our kitchen space and have a dining room and also obviously more storage. Love our kitchen. There's a few things I wish that I had done. You learn from your mistakes. I would have loved to have like a big skylight or something like that, but at the time I was trying to keep the costs down. I just wanted it over and done with rather than trying to mix up the plans. But yeah, I really do regret not having a skylight put in here. Quite bad lighting. We just have the spotlights, horrible shadows on your face and things like that. So yeah, skylight with some natural light would have been amazing, but you learn from your mistakes, and I know next time that we buy a house or do redo a kitchen, that is something I definitely would want. Love the fact that we could fit an island in here. When we were going through like the kitchen plans and the extension plans, we were like literally standing in the garden measuring out where if we could fit an island in and how much space we got either side. Middle of the island to the countertops on the other side, there is just under a metre. Yeah, there's washing out. There is probably my daughter's trinkets and things stashed everywhere, but this is real life and this is a realistic house tour. So yeah, I've not styled really. This is just my normal everyday kind of styling for my house. It just was caught out the corner of my eye, the washing over there. I'll just ignore that, please. Countertops are Bianco quartz, which was from a local stone merchant. A lot of stone merchants will sell this brand. It's called Silston. The bar stools are from Bianco. I love the look of them, but they drive me mad. They are suede, so they do collect a lot of dust, but they are comfortable to sit at. They don't look like they'd be comfortable. They're all right to sit at for a little bit. It is comfortable. Our kitchen is from Howdens, so we went for this side of the kitchen is Fairford Dove Grey, and then the kitchen island is in Fairford Graphite, which is no longer stocked, unfortunately, by Howdens. They do, I think the equivalent is slate. I wish I never went for the dark grey. I'm completely out of my grey era now, so I would ideally like to get this sprayed or paint it myself, maybe like a similar kind of green to what is in the dining room, which is French grey Farrow and Ball. I liked the contrast, but yeah, it's a bit too much of a cold colour for me. I love the dove grey though, so that will stay. And then we've paired that with brass knobs and drawer handles also from Howdens. On our island we have the sink, dishwasher and washing machine, so that's all in one point. Wall worktops, we have the hob, the oven, the microwave and the fridge, and a boiler. We also, one of my musts was to have a larder cupboard. In our old kitchen it was tiny. I can find a picture, I'll pop it on the screen. We had no food storage space. It was literally just crammed full of plates, bowls, cups, and like the bread would be in with the plates and the cereal we would be in with something else. It just didn't make any sense. So I said, if we're going through all of this, I want to have one big cupboard to store all of food, and I like all my counter clutter to be styling rather than actually anything practical. Like, I don't keep the toaster out or anything like that. The flooring in here is desert oak herringbone, which we have the whole way throughout our house, which is from Floor Street. The paint colour in this part of the kitchen is ammonite, farrow and ball. This was a recent change and I love it. The ammonite is a little bit more of a warmer putty. It worked perfectly in the kitchen. I hated it in the dining room, which is why I changed it to Egyptian cotton. Our kitchen has sliding doors that look out into our garden, which I'm not going to show you now because it is like a swamp. So I'll do that in a separate video. Also in the garden we do have an outbuilding, which is my husband's office, and then attached to the office is also a shed. The pergola that we built a couple of years ago, raised beds. I would really like to do like an outdoor kitchen space. And then we have our dining space, which is a new addition for us. I ummed for years about doing this, and thought a better way to use the space would be adding a dining booth, so that rather than the chairs coming in and out, you can just literally walk around the table and then sit down. And I'm so glad I did. We use this space so much more than we previously did. I have a whole video how I created this space. I even did everything down to the cushions. So literally everything in this space apart from the table is DIY'd. In here I have the ribbed panelling, which is from Panels by Sophia. That is painted in French grey from Farrow and Ball. It is more of like a greeny colour rather than a grey. And then the other wall is in Egyptian cotton. These lights are from a website called Bricks of London. They're like marble style wall light, and they are wide into the wall. They're not with rechargeable bulbs, and that does give off enough light in here. A whole video on how I made the bench cushions and all the booths, so I will link them somewhere. So if you're interested in making something like that yourself, then you can do that. The table is from Amazon, and the artwork I made myself. Vase is from Home Bargains, and these berries are really old, unfortunately. And then the candlesticks are from IKEA. So that is the dining room. So over this side of the kitchen, I have two IKEA shelves on this blank wall. I normally switch out like an olive tree or a big vase to go in there. And the crystal door, which leads into our living room. The crystal door is a crystal style door from Leader Doors. I love it. I love how the light can come through. You can check in on what someone else is doing in the other room. Not great for sticky fingers, but yeah, whatever. I keep on top of it and try and keep it clean. And now we're into the living room. One of my favourite rooms that I spend quite a lot of time in. So firstly, we have the media wall. This is something that we built ourselves coming up to 3 years ago now. I love this media wall. I love styling it for each season. It's great for storage. And then behind me, we've got the stool, which is from the range that I keep my basket with my heated blanket in. And this vase was from HomeSense. Sofas are from Next. So the sofas are the Easy Clean Haunton Oxford from Next. I love the shade, I love the sofas. It just drives me mad having to pump up all the cushions all the time. They're just not firm enough. So eventually I would like to get a new sofa. The colour in here is Lick Beige 04, which is the same colour that I have running up the stairs. And it is one of my favourite colours. I get asked all the time about this colour. It's really hard to get hold of, but you can buy it. They do sell a pro version in Screwfix, which is exactly the same. It's always out of stock on the Lick website. If you look like that colour and you can't find it, have a look in Screwfix. Then I have the black tray, which is also again from Next. Curtains in here are also the same as what we have in our bedroom. They are from IKEA. Blinds are from the Shutter Store. My wall sconces are from Predola. So these are not wide in, they're just with a rechargeable light bulb. My flooring is Desert Oak Herringbone from Floor Street. And the rug, Next. Lots of Next things in here actually. Next to Marks and Spencer's, a lot of this room is. So the cushions, this cushion is from Next. And then the velvet green is from Marks and Spencer's, and the throws are from Marks and Spencer's as well. The light fitting is called the Monroe, and that is from Marks and Spencer's. We have the same one in our bedroom as well. We've added like a ceiling rose around this one, which I think is a nice touch. Our stairs come off of the living room. When we first moved in, this did have a banister, and one day, I think it was literally the day we were still moving boxes in, and I come home and Adam had ripped out the banister. And I was like, oh, really? And because the stairs are in our living room, they are kind of like a feature, especially with the stair runner. The stair runner is the Home Poppy Lane stair runner from Floor Street. Leave the code that I've got for a discount in my description. So many people also ask, with a stair runner, doesn't it drive you mad with dusting? It really doesn't. Like, I hoover twice a week and give it a little wipe over, and it is absolutely fine. I think if I was to have like black paint or something on the either side, maybe that would strike the dust a bit more, but I'm on top of it with cleaning, so it really doesn't bother me. Eventually we will have to get a banister or some kind of like glass here, like a handrail along this side, but it's just one of those jobs we've never got round to doing, on top of 100 other things. So this is the year to get all those odd jobs done. Obsessed with this stair runner. They actually called it the Home Poppy Lane after my account, and it is one of their best sellers. It's like a beige herringbone and then a black border. So moving upstairs to our bedroom, I'm not going to include Savannah's room or the bathroom, just because her room is literally the biggest mess, and I want to also redo her room very soon, and also the bathroom is in the same situation. It really needs a bit of work done to it. I'll pop some pictures of both the rooms on the screen somewhere so you can see what they look like. But yeah, this is the bedroom. This has gone through a very, very grey stage to now a very, very beige stage. The wardrobes are from Homebase. These are, I don't think they're stocked anymore unfortunately, but they do very similar. This was called the shaker style. 3 like double wardrobes screwed together, and then the handles are from B&Q, just from the B&Q home range. Same with the bedside tables. They are also from the same range in Homebase, and I put glass tops on them from Glass Express. And then the dressing table was a project, I was about to say last year, no, it was the year before that. I had just like a normal dresser, like a normal chest of drawers there, so I didn't really have anywhere to sit and do my makeup, and it's quite an awkward shape, this room. It's got like the airing cupboard in there, and then it sort of goes back on itself, so I wanted something to utilise the whole space and make it practical for myself. So I've got 2 Alex drawers from IKEA, panelled the front and added small brass knobs which were from Amazon, and then got some MDF cut to the top to sort of make my own bespoke dressing table, so it fits exactly in the space. There's no really wasted space. Did put skirting board all around the bottom of it, so it sort of made it look more built in. I do actually need to get a glass top for the dressing table, which I still haven't done, because it does get a little bit grubby, and I could do with a bit of glass to wipe over. The mirror is from Dunelm, and the ribbed panelling is from Panels by Sevilla. That's all painted in Lick White 01 in eggshell, and the whole dressing table is also Lick White 01 in eggshell. The wallpaper, so I've got one wall that is papered, which is I Love Wallpaper Sandstone Gentle Vines. The curtains are from IKEA. The shutters are from the Shutter Store, and the rest of the walls in here are painted in Egyptian cotton, which is what I've just recently painted our dining room in. And the floor is desert oak laminate from Floor Street. So this is just like the straight plank desert. Downstairs we got the herringbone, and upstairs we have the straight plank. Here we'll wipe all the steam mop and just quickly give it a clean. So I find it nice and clean and family friendly, really. So yeah, that's everything in the bedroom. Now into Savannah's playroom. I'm not going to show you around too much in here because it's her playroom, and it is not very it's not very Instagrammable, if I'm honest. I do love this wallpaper. This is a wall mural from I Love Wallpaper. We've got a large double wardrobe in here, her toy storage, like all of her teddies and things like that. She's got her keyboard, her art table, her art trolley. It's just basically quite a decent sized room, but she's one of those children that just likes to get everything out and then play with it. And if I tidy it away, she's like, ah. Look, I like to keep all my house very, very tidy. So I kind of feel like if I can just shut the door in this room and it's out of sight, out of mind. So I'm very grateful to have this space. It does have desert oak floor also in here. I'd love to get a new kind of wardrobe in here, like something that's a bit more practical, that we can store her toys a bit better and maybe some household things too. That's another job. It's probably going to end up being having to be a built-in wardrobe that we'll have to make. So yeah, that's a job for this year maybe. Sorry it wasn't every single room, but hopefully by the end of the year I'll have all the other rooms sorted and I can give you a full real walkthrough. But this is better than nothing, I hope. I hope this has helped give you a little bit of inspiration for your own homes. I'll leave everything that I can link down in the description, and please subscribe, like and leave me a comment to let me know if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week with a new vlog. Bye!